Hello one, hello all. Welcome to my channel. My name is Clarissa and today we are going to be talking about confidence after the big chop. Now, I know some of you probably just saw me in the previous video if you're coming from that. I'm wearing the same thing. This is the same day. Hello, how are you? How are you doing if you see me again? Why not? Why not film when I'm having a good hair day and a good face day and it's a good day outside and I like what I'm wearing and so without further ado, I'm not going to hold you guys long. We're going to get right into this. And once again, I feel qualified to talk about this because I'm right with you guys. I big chopped completely like bald, like boy length. I know there's lots of videos out there where people big chop and they don't really big chop because, you know, they say, I'm going to big chop, I'm going to big chop. And they're at like bra strap length and then they cut to shoulder length. That's not a big chop. That's a cut. That's not a big chop. But I physically big chop. You're listening to a girl that literally went from long natural hair as a child that came down to maybe my waist to long relaxed hair that came down to my waist to completely short hair. I mean hair that did not cover my ears, hair that did not touch my shoulders, completely short hair. So let's get started. Let's talk about confidence. And I know for some of y'all that your big chops weren't warranted. You didn't want a big chop. You may have big chop by mistake or by unforeseen circumstances because, you know, you damaged it too much or you chopped too much off. But I think the first thing to really remember is that your natural hair journey is not just about your hair. So when you big chop, your hair is basically all gone. If it's a real big chop, your hair is gone. Your hair is gone, sis. It's gone. Like it's short and it's gone. So you're really forced to look at yourself in the mirror every morning when you wake up. And I know for me at least, when I first big chopped, I started wearing like extra makeup. I wore like makeup galore. I made sure I wore earrings every single day. I made sure I wore like specifically girly outfits. Like I wanted to look as feminine as possible because the most feminine part of me, or the most confident part of myself that I always felt about myself, that I always got compliments about, that's what people knew about me the most. They didn't know me for my personality. They didn't know me for, you know, my character. They didn't know me for my skills or my talents. They knew me for, oh, that's Clarissa with the long hair. And when all of that was taken away, I was left to really look at myself. And I'm not just talking physically, I'm talking mentally and spiritually too. I was forced to look at myself like, wow, this is me. This is not, my hair is gone. Everything that I knew about myself was gone. Everything that I identified about myself with was gone. And I was left with me. So I'd say a part of the self-confidence journey with your big chop is focusing on you, focusing on other attributes about yourself that make you beautiful. Because hair is not the only thing that defines your beauty. Hair is not the only thing that defines you as an individual, as a person, and what you contribute to society. Point blank, period. And that is one of the greatest things that I gained from big chopping. And I know this video might be kind of going, you know, from one place to another, but I'm just kind of speaking what I developed and what I gained from big chopping and how I remained confident and, you know, and who I was. And I'm also not saying that, you know, if you big chop and you don't feel confident, something's wrong with you. Like, you don't feel confident and you big chop, oh my gosh. Like, that's not what it is. Like, I even had my low days. I had low days where, like, I would, you know, go out and not feel as confident because of my hair. You know, they weren't as often as, you know, other people. It might be for other people, but I still had those moments where I was like, wow, like, I don't really feel confident right now. And that's okay too. But it's important not to stay there in that moment. You know, it's okay to feel that way, but why am I feeling that way? What has society put on me to make me feel this way about my hair being short, and about my hair being natural? So those are stigmas you have to look at too. Like, what has society made me to believe to make me feel that I'm not beautiful the way I am, regardless of what my hair looks like? Now, let's talk about other people's reactions to big chopping, or to you big chopping, but I'm going to use myself as an example. You may have different reactions depending on the age of the person that you're around, depending on the group of people. It's just a lot of factors to take in. If you just big chop and you're encountering a older person, they might say some hurtful things, not on purpose, but they might be more shocked than someone who's younger, because it's just the society that they grew up in. Women did not cut their hair. When, like, older generations, women did not cut their hair. Your hair was long and your hair was pressed or permed. That's just how it was. So if you're talking to an older person, you might get some mixed feedback, you know, because that's just the generation that they grew up in. It doesn't mean they don't love you. It doesn't mean that it's not a jab at you personally. It's just how they lived. And you have to take that into context. Whenever you're encountering people, period, you have to take into account these things. You also have to take into account, well, this is sometimes the first time people have ever seen you with your hair short. Example of me again. Everybody knew me as Clarissa with the long hair. Clarissa with the long straight hair, or Clarissa with the long wavy hair. Nobody ever knew me as anything else. I always wore my hair down, rarely put my hair back in a ponytail or anything. I always had my hair down. My hair was long and it was down all the time. So when I walk in and people see me with shorter than this, by the way, shorter than this, short hair, people are shocked, okay? People are shocked. People are shocked, and you can't blame them for being shocked, you know? You have to allow people to react how they react. Now, there's a difference in hearing somebody say something about you like, oh, you look like a boy, you look bad, that doesn't look good on you, that doesn't look good for your face, or blah, 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 blah. That's different. But I'm talking straight reactions like, oh, Clarissa, you cut your hair, or oh, such and such, wow. Wow, like just wows. They're just shocked. They've never seen you like this before. So what do you expect? Now I'm going to move into the people who are talking and they have no business talking. You know, they're talking to try to bring you down. There's nothing you can really do but ignore. Or, you know, back yourself up. Like, oh, thank you. You know, it's okay that you feel that way. But I'm loving me, because this don't mean anything to me. And you know what? I still look good. And your hair looks like that, and you still... Anyway. But you know what I mean? Like, there are ways to, you know, back yourself up. You don't have to be a doormat. If somebody's talking about you, you don't have to be a doormat. You don't have to be rude, but you don't have to be a doormat either. That's just how I feel about the situation. You guys do what you want to do. I'm giving my advice because it's what I experienced. I experienced all spectrums. I experienced people that were like, you went natural, big chop, yeah. And I experienced people that were like, oh. I experienced the silent people. And I experienced some haters, but it's okay. It's okay, because it's not about everybody else. Your big chop should not be about anybody. If you just broke up with somebody and you say, I'm going to cut my hair off, like, I don't know how much of that big chop was about you, honey. Like, it may seem like it was about you at the time, like, oh, I'm cutting him away from me, and I'm cutting away his memory, and blah, 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 blah. He hurt you. He hurt you, honey. Where am I going with this video? But What I'm trying to say is your big chop should be about you. You should not big chop because of anybody. You should not big chop for anybody. You should not big chop because somebody told you to, because somebody told you not to. You should big chop on your own terms. This whole journey is about you. Point blank, period. And if you focus on you, you don't have time to think about what anybody else is thinking about you. You really don't. And that's the whole part of the confidence. Big chopping is a symbol of you working on you. You're working on yourself. I am working on me. I've cut my hair off to see the beauty in me that is beyond what society has told me. So I'm chopping my hair off to look at my beauty and focus on my beauty and focus on what God has given me. Besides my hair that makes me beautiful, what God has put in my character, and the things about myself that I don't like about myself that I need to fix. Big chopping is about you. And if you focus on you, if you focus on what you have going on, if you focus on your character, focus on your beauty, focus on things you need to work on, focus on things that are going good for you, you won't have time to worry about anybody else, and you will be confident. You'll find your niche. You'll find what makes you tick. You'll find the things you like. You'll find your own style. You'll find yourself. And why am I so passionate about this right now? Because that's what I have experienced. I big chopped and I discovered myself. I big chopped and I discovered who I was. And it's an amazing experience that I think every natural should experience. And I think all naturals aren't experiencing it, because they're listening to what everybody else is saying. They're listening honestly to some of these YouTubers on here telling them what makes them beautiful and what they should and shouldn't do and blah, blah, blah. When in reality, natural hair is so subjective. There's not one formula for everything. It's so many things. It's so different. So all that being said, focus on you with your big chop. Don't focus on everybody else. This is about you. It's about your journey. Thank you all so much for watching. Once again, share your testimonies below. Share this video with somebody that you know that is thinking about big chopping, has big chop, thinking about going natural, needing self-confidence. Share this with them. Comment your journey. Comment how you felt lately. If you big chopped, if you're thinking about big chopping, if you need advice on anything, let me know in the comments. Like this video if you liked it, share it, subscribe if you haven't to see more inspirational videos about natural hair. And just remember to love yourself. You guys, love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, nobody else is going to love you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, lunch, morning, whenever you're watching this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.